Hey, Mr. Simonini here. This video is about homework F. This is a really important video to watch through because it really connects all the concepts that I have been teaching you and what you have been practicing. So it's really important to make sure you fully understand this. Now, this homework assignment, what you're doing on this homework assignment is you're solving. One side is going to be solving in standard form. The other side, which is going to be like your evens, are going to be solving in vertex form. So just a reminder, when you solve in standard form, that means you have an A, you have a B, you have a C, and then you use the quadratic formula. Now, in this case, I know it's R, but if you wanted to say X there, that's fine. I might interchange that throughout the video. I might say X instead of R. So just make sure you keep up with that. But anyways, if you look at this problem, my A is 1, my B is 6, my C is -7. Quadratic formula is right here if you need it. You just plug the numbers in. Now I already have set up in my calculator. If you see I plug in my calculator, then you get an answer of 1. So one of my answers is 1 for R. So R is 1. And remember, you have to do the minus version too. Don't want to accidentally that. So I'm going to go plus, I'm going to go minus here. Which is going to be -7. So my other answer is going to be -7. So if you look here, these are my two answers. Now, you move over to the right side, number 2. Now, if you look at number 2 is in vertex form. Remember, if you need to pause it to look at it, you can pause it real quick. But anyways, in vertex form, again, if you want to do, the old way of doing it with arrows, you can do that. You don't need to, though. You have to get R by itself whenever it's in vertex form. So vertex form, again, we're solving. I'm not really caring about the vertex right now. I'm not really caring about graphing at this moment. I'm caring about, I want you to solve this. I want you to find the x-intercepts, or in this case, the r-intercepts. Anyways, you add 16 on both sides. That's your first step. Oop, I did not mean to do that. So again, you add 16. Then you take the square root of both sides. And then the square root of 16 is 4. Or -4 because you got the plus or minus in front. You subtract 3 on both sides. Then 4 minus 3 is going to be 1. And then -4 minus 3, be careful, will be -7. Now, if you look here, you might be curious, wait, they have the same answer. And to be completely honest with you right now, they're actually the same they're the same thing. They're just looking different. One's in standard form, one is vertex form. They're the same graphs. They're the same function. So to really show you this, I have it graphed in decimals. So if I graph number 1, there's number 1 right there. If I graph number 2, there's number 2 right there. And if I graph both of them, notice that they're the same thing. It's like it's the same quadratic. Think of it as a person. It's the same person. Number 1 is the outfit they wear to school, and number 2 is the outfit they wear during e-learning. But it's the same person. All right. So understand that's really important. So you might be wondering, wait, how are these the same? And that's what I'm going to go to next to just show you this. I'm trying to connect with you what's happening. Now, you do not need to do this part on the homework assignment, just to be really clear. But I'm showing you why this is true. Why does r squared plus 6r minus 7 equal r plus 3 squared minus 16? Now, there's two ways of looking at this. You can look at the left side and start working with the left side, or you can look at the right side and start working with the right side. I'm actually going to do a proof with you with concepts that we have learned so far this year. So let's say we start with the left side. So in other words, I want to change from standard form to vertex form of number 1. So how can I change r squared plus 6r minus 7 to vertex form? Well, understand this is your plus blanks minus blanks, something that we did the last week of school. Now, I already got this worked out a little bit because I want to save time. But remember, what you do is you look at your B, and you add your blanks, of course. So you add your blank after your B, and then you add your blank, you subtract a blank at the very end. And then what goes in the blank is b over 2 squared. So in this case, it'd be 6 over 2 squared, which is 3 squared, which is 9. So 9 is what went into the blanks here. Now, remember, is two pieces of the puzzle piece. You look at that quadratic trinomial there and you factor it. So what are two numbers that multiply to 9 and add to 6? Well, that would be 3 and 3. So this factors to r plus 3 squared. And then negative 7 minus 9 is going to be negative 16. So if you look, when you do this completing the square, they equal each other. That is one way of looking at it. Or you can look at it this way. Start with the vertex form and change to standard form. Well, how you do that? Well, you expand it. You FOIL. You FOIL and you combine like terms, which I already started here. So I did r times r, which is r squared. Then I did r times 3, which is 3r. And then 3 times r, which is 3r. And then 3 times 3, which is 9. I have a total of 4 arrows here. 4 terms. And then don't forget to drop down that negative 16. So that's why there's 5 terms. Now remember the last step is to combine like terms. And when you combine like terms, 3r plus 3r is going to be 6r. And then 9 minus 16 is going to be, again, what we have up here, which is going to be minus 7. So as you can see, they are the same thing. So this question of, hey, how are these the same? Well, this is how you prove it. This is what happens. How do you prove that this, how do you go from standard form to vertex form and say this function is the same as the other function, even though they're looking different? So just to be clear, this is true. Just to be super duper clear, this is really, really true right here. They equal each other. So just to be clear there, the connection that hopefully you're making is that when you do these problems on homework F, you're going to notice that 3 and 4 have the same answer. 5 and 6 have the same answer because they're the same quadratic. Now I'm going to give you a warning. You're going to be doing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 7 and 8 will have the same answer. 9 and 10 will have the same answer. 11 and 12, these will not have the same answer. So just to be clear, these two don't equal each other, but the others do. So just a heads up. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Again, this homework is really about making the connections between standard form and vertex form. Thank you.